Why? Hey, thank you so much for joining me. Yes, I was on with the Fanatical Elves about 15 minutes ago, but I came over here to do my show. Thank you for joining the Fanatical Elves Network. Well, let me just say this. Welcome to the Burning River Browns Talk. It is 9:30 p.m. on June 6th, 2024. That's right. It's time for the Burning River Browns Talk. I am Lou Marconi at omarconi251 on Instagram, at omarconi1973 on Twitter. Yes, the Burning River Browns Talk is a part of the Fanatical Elves Network, which is a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. Thank you very much for joining. I do appreciate you. Guys, Fanatical Elves, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Great people providing great Browns content. It's always great to do shows with those guys. They know their stuff. Really going to talk about this unbelievable tweet yesterday that Jack Duffin released. And it's a man that I have a lot of respect for with the Orange and Brown Report. Very good with numbers, very good with the salary cap. What he is theorizing, what he's coming to with it, and what he's thinking. He did predict he did predict an extension for Nick Chubb at the end of the year, but this prediction, wow, it's kind of bold. And I don't think anybody expected it. It surprised me. And I even replied, I quote tweeted him, said, man, I hope you're right. So we're going to talk about that. But before I pause for a word from our sponsors, I want to take a moment just to commemorate what today is in history. And some of you don't know, 80 years ago today, the Normandy invasion happened in Normandy, France. The Allied Normandy invasion of D-Day in France, which was June 6th, 1944. That's right, 80 years ago today. And one of the soldiers that participated in that was my namesake, my grandfather, Corporal Louis Angelo Marconi of the United States Army. He survived. He did it. And I'm grateful to be a part of it. And may the Lord rest his soul, because he is obviously no longer with us, because it was 80 years ago. But thank you to that generation for the sacrifice of what they did. And we shall never forget what they did that day, because that was good versus evil, and good overcame evil on that day. Thank you all. But without any further ado, I want to take a moment here to do a word from our sponsors right now. All right, thank you. We're back. So I at least had to pause for a minute to commemorate this historical day, because it was a big day in history. And now let's talk about sports and Browns talk. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and share right now the tweet that Jack Duffin gave out. And let me pull this up. And, guys, feel free to comment what you think. I hope he's right. This was from yesterday, which was June 5th. And he says, I expect Nick Chubb to be a full go week 1 for the Browns. If he starts the season on the pup, the vast majority of incentives are gone for his previous $12.2 million deal. Realistically has a max value of $5.65 million. Full incentive he's basically pushing his Orange and Brown report to subscribers. So this is what he was actually quote tweeting Fred Greetham, saying never crossed his mind about not playing football again, which is fantastic. And Jack Duffin went on to say, as I scroll down, always better to follow the money than any press sound bites you might get, because they don't want to tell you anything. I don't see Chubb's aging and signing a deal that loses over half its value if he starts on pup and miss the first 4 games. And if you go on further down, these are the incentives if that he hits with if he goes 1,050 yards, he gets $900,000. If he gets 1,200 yards, he gets another 900,000. 1,350, he gets 950,000. Hits the playoffs and 1,050 yards, he gets 250, another 250,000. So this was his career, 170 for 2023, because he had 60 yards. He was in the first quarter of that Steelers game when he got hurt. So what he's usually done throughout the year, and he was also hurt in 2020. If you recall, he missed like 4 games in 2020 with a knee injury. So there you go. There it is. That's what he thinks. And I'm going to leave it up for a little bit if people want to see this. Um, as much as I appreciate, yeah, you see the "Show Me the Money" Tom Cruise. Why don't I scroll up from that? We don't want to see the Jerry Maguire too much more. But yeah, as much as I hope he's right, I hope he's correct. And that's what I say. I hope he is right. I wrote an article about this. It should be dropping sometime tomorrow. And I'm going to stop sharing this. And I'm going to be honest. I hope he's right, but I want what's best for Nick Chubb as a human being. And I also want what's best for the Cleveland Browns as a team and an organization moving forward in 2024. This team has the potential to go far. Simple enough. Health is a major factor. And the best thing to do with that health is to not rush players back before they should be. And I think if he's ready to go week one, that's basically just a week short of a full year from when he injured it. But the recovery time from that knee injury itself, we're hoping maybe 11 months, which would be sometime in October, maybe 10 and a half months, which would be early October. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say when he's going to come back. And I think it's going to be up to the team doctors, up to him, up to the Browns. I just I want what's best for him. I don't want to see that happening. I don't want to see it getting worse or being completely unrecoverable. I want to see him on that field with this team in New Orleans in February, winning the fucking Super Bowl with Nick Chubb, a healthy Nick Chubb. I don't want to do anything to screw that up. Yeah, I'm saying it. I'm looking at you, all of you, right now. I'm saying it. February 2025, New Orleans is the site of the Super Bowl. I want to see Nick Chubb with his team on that field because he deserves to be there. So do the Browns when they win their way to there. Bring him back when he's ready. Week one would be great. Week one would be fantastic. If the energy in that stadium for the opening day is going to be huge enough. A nationally televised game against the Cowboys, Tom Brady being there will be big. But keep in mind too, think it through. Why not? Why not wait? Make sure he's okay. He signed the best deal he could possibly get because he wasn't going to get anything else with his knee injury and where he was at. The team supported him, they helped him, and they guided him back. Let's see this through as Browns fans and as human beings. Let's all of us pray and hope for his recovery and that everything goes the way it's supposed to because we're all in this together, Browns fans. All right. I'm going to be back on tomorrow night. I'm going to have Thero from My Dog Nation podcast. I'm going to have Sherry, Browns fans girl, on tomorrow night as well. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the stadium. We're going to talk about the extensions for Stefanski and Barry. We're going to have a lot to talk about. And I hope all of you join us. And I appreciate each and every one of you joining me tonight. Nick Chubb being ready for week one. Let's wait and see, but let's hope for the best for him and for his family. Always remember, when the river burns, it burns brown and orange. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Play the music.